Evie, welcome back to Sew Me Sunshine. Today we are going to show you some party fabrics. Now, because the party season is upon us and obviously the last few years we've not been able to have proper party season due to the pandemic, I think we'll all probably get out there and dress up and make ourselves some really pretty fun outfits for this party season. And what's great is when you wear a me-made, it's a really good conversation starter as well. And we've got some really fun fabrics and lots of different types of fabrics as well for you to look at. And as always, we've paired them with some patterns that we think would work really well together, so hopefully give you a bit of inspiration. Today in the studio we've got Celia and Lisa and Jenny. So Lisa's packing all your lovely orders, thank you so much for your orders. Celia's doing some great admin work and Jenny's behind the camera. So let's get to it and show you all the party fabrics. So we've got some really fun satins for you today. These have a black coloured background and then they're covered in a slightly raised same colour black polka dot design or dot design in the background. And the dot design is a Jacquard, so it's been actually woven into the fabric and it's got this slight sheen to it. So when it catches the light, you'll be able to see the background bit larger dot. And then on top, it's got a smaller dot design in the colour. So here we've got this really bright pink, and then we've got a really nice ochre, mustard, yellowy, goldy colour. So yeah, they both look really fun. They'll wash really easily. They also won't crease at all, which is great for party season when you're sitting down and then dancing and everything. They are lightweight. They have a really fluid drape, and they almost have that kind of like silk-like texture. So what we thought, we've also got this in a blue, which I'll show you in a minute, but we thought you could have some really good fun and actually mix them together to make an outfit. So have some really fun with the colour blocking, and we thought with these it would work really good with the Deer and Doe Coquelicot dress. So Lisa suggested like making the shorter version, and if you can see, this dress has like the frill collar at the top, and she was mentioning the fact that you could like maybe pick like the yellow as the main part of the dress and then go for the pink as like the accent ruffle bit, which I think would look really fun and quite fashionable as well, and like I said, a good conversational piece for your little party that you'll be at. As I mentioned, we've also got it in this lovely blue colourway. So like I said, it's got this lovely black classic black coloured background with the slightly raised polka dots with the sheen to them when they catch the light, and then it's covered in this really bright blue polka dot design as well. Really fun, very original type of fabric, and like I said, has a really lovely drape and it's nice and silky to touch. So another pattern that would work really well with these polka dot satins would be the sequins by Papercut Patterns. Now with the sequins, it's a blouse and a dress pattern. So if you're not really a dress person, you could make a blouse with them and then pair it with some smart trousers. Or you could make yourself the full dress version. It's a nice wrap dress and it's got fluted sleeves, so it would work really well with a drapey fabric like these satins. This is a really unusual fabric. We're always excited at Sew Me Sunshine when we find unusual fabrics from our supplier. Now I've listed this as a lace, so it's a very modern lace because it's not got that traditional lace look, and the openings are actually quite wide. So obviously, as you can see, it's completely sheer because what it's got this like beige almost coloured corded lace design, and then on top of the lace design, what it's got is it's got another kind of metallic silver element to it. And what it actually is, it's, if I just get a little bit for you, so it's like a bit of, it's like silver foil, and what it's done is they've wrapped the yarn of the lace around it with this silver foil, so it almost gives it like a chain effect to it. So it looks like beads. That's what I've put in the listing, is that it's got a bead-like look to it. But the bonus being the fact that it's not beads, so it's not going to it's not hard to cut at all. You're not going to break any of your needles or anything when sewing with it, and you're not going to get bits of beads all over your floor. So it's an easier option than your classic beaded fabric, but it's really, really fancy and very unusual. Celia here at Team Sunshine absolutely loves it, and she just can see it being either, she mentioned like, you know, being used as the top layer of like a big skirt, or herself and Lisa were talking about making a dress, and they thought a perfect dress pattern would be the Pauline by Core Patterns. So ignore that version, so this version with the bigger sleeves. So what they were saying is that the main body of the dress, what you could do is line it, and we've got these really nice plain viscose poplins in stock. So you could go for a very classic look and line it with the black colourway that we've got here. We think would look really nice. It really makes the silver element pop against the dark black background. Or you could go bright and go for this lovely magenta pink colour underneath. And then what they were suggesting, the fact that with the sleeve element of the dress, you could leave that unlined and just have this as the sleeve, and it just really pop against your skin and be very high fashion look. Another option for this fabric that we thought of was something that we normally, a pattern we normally suggest with some sequin fabrics, and that's because it's a really simple t-shirt pattern, and therefore you can make it nice and quickly and easily, and then pair it with something that's already in your wardrobe, some trousers or a skirt. And that pattern is the Grainline Studio Scout Tee. So yeah, you could either do it as just with this fabric and then just wear either a bra or a little vest underneath, or again you could line it with one of the viscose poplins, and that would be a really fun, simple but fun party t-shirt. This is a really fun Jacquard fabric we've got for you today. So what I mean by Jacquard, it just means that the design is woven into the fabric. So as you can see, it's this really fun dotty print, and on this side it's got a slightly metallic silver background, and then the lighter silvery white dot design. And then on the reverse, you've got the other colourway. So you've got the lighter silver in the background and then the darker silvery grey polka dot design. So it's really fun, and you can use either side of the fabric for your dressmaking project. So you could have some really good fun by actually incorporating both sides of the fabric with whatever you make. Now this Jacquard, as you hopefully can see on camera, it's quite structured, so you're looking to make something that requires a structured fabric. So you could make yourself some trousers, that would be really fun, in this with a trouser pattern that doesn't require obviously any fabric with stretch, because this has zero stretch. Or it even work well as a little jacket as well, because it's got enough structure for it. You're thinking like, treat it like similar to how you treat a canvas. It's that sort of weight and structure. But it would also work really well with a dress or a skirt that has like a full circle skirt, because it's got that structure. It will really lend itself to that shape. So Lisa mentioned the fact straight away, she was like, what about the Betty dress? Now we stock the Betty dress, which from Sew Over It, in both size bands. This has been around for many, many years. It's a really classic dress pattern, perfect for the party season. So this fabric would lend itself really well to the structured bodice and then this big circle skirt. And actually we were saying as well, we stock invisible zips here at Sew Me Sunshine, and actually the grey would work really well with this. Or if you decided to use the other side, you could maybe use a white or still go with grey. And yeah, it would be really fun for twirling around, especially with the metallic elements with it. It would catch the light when you were out partying. So we've got this really fun foiled ribbed jersey knit. So it is a knit fabric, but it only has a two-way stretch. So it stretches this way, but it has no stretch this way. So it's something to bear in mind when you're thinking about what project to sew with this. But as I said, it's got this metallic silver foiled element, so hopefully you can see when it catches the light, it is really, really fun. Now, obviously, we're talking about party season in the UK here when it's cold, it's in the winter months, so normally you want a nice little layer to wear with your party outfit. So we were drawn to thinking of like a little cardigan that you could make. And this fabric would lend itself really, really well to the Marlow cardigan by True Bias. Again, we've got both size bands in stock and it would work really well with this fabric. We also were looking at our buttons that we stock, and we've got some really lovely buttons from Merchant & Mills, and this is the really dark grey, and it looks really nice and very classic with the silver elements in this fabric. This is a really beautiful chiffon, so it's again a very classic black colour, and hopefully you'll be able to see it's got a really pretty dotty design all over it, and it's in a flocked design, so it's got like that velvety flocked finish, and that's the dots, so they're raised on the fabric. So you've got it's really, really drapey. It is sheer, hopefully again you can see it's sheer, and actually with my skin against there you can really see the dot design through that. So it's really, really pretty and perfect for a party outfit. And we were thinking of the Wilder gown by Friday Pattern Company. So if you made yourself the blouse version, you could just, I personally would just go for that fabric alone and just wear a black bra underneath it. I think that would be really good for the party season. But if you wanted to make a full Wilder dress out of it, which would also look incredible, we've seen a lot of Wilder gowns made out of sheer fabric, then you could line it, or you could make yourself a little slip dress to wear underneath it. And the fabric that I thought would work really well is our Sandwashed Satins. So these fabrics we've got in a range of different colours. They're really good value for money. They've got that kind of sandwash silk like finish to them. They're lightweight. A lot of people have used them even for bridesmaid dresses as well as like evening gowns before, and they lend themselves really well to a slip dress. So the slip dress we thought of was the Saltwater slip by Friday Pattern Company. So you could make yourself in a little slip dress with that, and then have your Wilder gown made up in this over the top, and it would be the perfect party outfit. This is a really, really fun fabric. So this is a burnt out velvet. So what we mean by that is the fact that the sections of the velvet has been literally burnt out to make this really fun kind of leopard animal print inspired design, and then it's on a mesh background, so then there's elements where it is obviously completely sheer against the skin. And then it's also got, within the black raised velvet areas, it's also got some really fun silver lurex thread woven through. Now a lot of people get worried with whenever lurex is mentioned because they think, oh, it's going to be really scratchy, but trust me, this is really soft. With the velvet you can't feel any scratchiness at all. It's nice and soft against the skin, it's not going to irritate. And then on the back with just the netted, it's just a plain, so again soft against the skin. So this is really fun. It's got some stretch to it, it's got good recovery as well, and we just think it needs to be made into something like a bodysuit, because close against the skin will really show off this fabric to its full potential. And we were drawn to the Nielsen Rowan. We thought it'd make a really fun bodysuit for the party season. So you could pair it with like a pair of high-waisted jeans and then boots for a party in the evening, or you could pair it with a skirt. Now I thought a skirt that would work really well with like a bodysuit like this was a bias cut skirt, like the Evie bias skirt by Tessuti Fabrics. It's a really classic bias cut skirt, and we've got some really beautiful, luxurious, heavyweight, sandwashed satins in stock, and they have the feel and the weight and the kind of texture and look to them like you would with a sandwashed silk, which is why I mentioned silk, because they just remind me of them. So on the right side you've got this lovely sheen and sandwashed look, and the colours slightly change when it catches the light, and then on the wrong side is just matte and plain and soft against the skin. So if this sort of fabric would work so well as a bias cut skirt, and I just think, you know, something like this made of that with the bodysuit would look so fun and be perfect for an evening out. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at lots of our party fabrics that we've pulled off the shelves for you today, and hopefully it's given you some inspiration to make yourself a party outfit to wear out this party season. And like I said, don't forget, you'll be able to tell everyone that you made it yourself, and it'll be really, really special, and hopefully you'll be able to wear it in the years to come at every single party season. Hopefully with the fabrics, we've seen them on video, it's given you some ideas of what to sew with them, and you've been able to see them move and everything, and it's given you some ideas of maybe different patterns that you think would work well. Why don't you let us know below which one's your favourite and what you're planning on making with it, and don't forget to tag us in your posts on social media so we can see the fabrics made up, and please use the hashtag Sewing Sunshine. We love seeing all your me-made outfits out of our fabrics. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye.